What is going on, guys? It's autoboyz back here again today for another video. So today we are going to discuss how to check your primary fluids in your engine. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Alright, so today, I just want to clarify this real quick. It'll just be a really basic walkthrough of your basic primary fluids, as I call them, to check up on your engine that any car owner should know how to do. So we're not going to go too into detail, but we are going to do a few of the basic fluids, and I think it's very important that everybody knows how to check up on these. So the first thing today that we need to check that we will discuss is checking your oil, and the only thing you'll need for this is either a roll of paper towels to rip off a sheet, or my preferred method, and that's just an old rag. So after you have located your hood release inside and on the outside, you can go ahead and locate what they call a dipstick. So you're going to go ahead, and it's kind of hard to do one-handed. So let me tell you something. On Hondas especially, your dipstick will look different. It's kind of circular in most Hondas, but this is the generic kind of dipstick. So I'm going to go ahead and you pull it out. Alright, as you see, I pulled out my dipstick. What's this mean? Well, okay, the first thing you want to do with your cloth or your paper towel, you just go ahead and wipe it, and then you stick it back in, and that is your first part of checking it. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull it out again, because now the oil's not been sloshed around or anything, so now it gives an accurate reading. So I'm going to go ahead and check my dipstick, and mine is right on my full mark right here. I might need to add a little bit more because I do have a tiny leak, but it is a perfect level for the most part, so we are good on oil. So I'm going to go ahead and put my dipstick back in. And then, so we are good for checking our oil. The next thing you want to check is your power steering fluid. And as some of you older viewers might know, driving without power steering, it's kind of a pain. So it's definitely good to have this checked every now and then. Or I shouldn't say have it checked, check it yourself. So you just go ahead and unscrew your cap right here. Now there isn't a direct level on this, on mine particularly, but you can just go ahead and take a look down in there, and if the camera will focus here, you can see it sloshing around, and I can definitely see, there you go, some power steering fluid on this, so you can tell the color on that. So we definitely have enough power steering fluid. The next thing we need to check is our coolant, and this is very important to make sure your engine is not ever overheat. And actually, when I purchased this car, my coolant was about down to there, barely had any left. So this is a very, very basic check. Just go ahead, pop this off, look in there. Oh yeah, most coolant's green. And when you add it, you do about a 50-50 dilution, part water, part coolant. And you don't always have to make sure it's up to the top. You can, but as long as you got, I'd say, at least till about up there, then you should be fine. So I'm showing you my windshield right now, but how does this have to do with checking your fluids? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, so I just showed you the windshield because right here you have your washer fluid, which might not seem too important, but it can be. And I'll elaborate on that in a minute, but you can check this. It looks like a little screen right in here. Pull it out. We're good on fluid. Might need to add more soon, but this isn't really a dilution. This is mostly just, most of it just comes straight up. So that is one of the other primary fluids, and I consider it a primary fluid. I don't know about you, but I do, because that is important to me. Now, again with the windshield, a lot of people, including my dad and his Cummins over there, adds Rain-X into here. You add just a little bit, and that way, if it's raining really badly, when you cut on your power fluid, your power wiper fluid, I don't know why I just said that, washer fluid, put on your washer fluid, that Rain-X gets all up in it, and it helps out. So that's another reason to have this checked. If you're adding a little bit of Rain-X in there, it won't hurt it at all. It'll just go through the system. But yeah, that is one of the things to check. Okay, so the one last thing we want to check, now this isn't a fluid, but it is your air filter, and that is very important to check. And I like to do it when I'm out checking my fluids, which I do it from time to time. It's not just for the video, I do from time to time. I check my air filter too, and it's all in the same time because it's all real basic stuff to do. So let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. And, ooh, what do we have here? What does this say right here? K&N. Yep, I went ahead and did it, guys. I don't know. I didn't say anything in the beginning of the video. I wanted to see if anybody noticed and commented and didn't watch the whole thing. But yeah, sorry, my airbox is kind of dirty. I need to clean this part up. but I did go ahead and add a K&N filter. So I know this is clean, but so my airbox, it'll just pull off. Oh yeah. And you can slide that out. I'm not gonna take it off all the way right now because I don't feel like putting it back on. But most of them just have standard latches on the side. Their air filters are easy to pull out and check, and you can check them for dirt. You can pull it off. Most air filters you have to change from time to time, depending on your vehicle. But I have a K&N, which is a lifetime. So yeah, I am definitely good on that. So I just checked everything, including my air filter. And by the way, this is what your standard OEM filter would look like. OEM for new car people just means original equipment manufacturer. So this is pretty much what your generic one would look like. And this is the part that would get dirty right down there, because this goes right down in your airbox. So this is what your normal one looks like. But we checked mine. I'm all good on everything. Maybe need to add a little bit of oil. I just changed the oil recently, but we'll check that out later. That's a different thing. So I really appreciate you guys watching this tonight. Really help me out by hitting like, subscribe. Make sure you're tapping that notification bell too, so I don't have to keep sending out these annoying Instagram group things, because I know that can get annoying, and I apologize for that. But if you guys could subscribe, get those notifications going on, and that would really help. All that support, getting these new videos out, and more better content as we grow. So really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on our next video next Thursday.